I wanted to make a short video to talk through a couple of sheath options I've found that are really useful for the Mora Companion, and this applies to the standard Mora Companion or the Mora Companion HD. Now these are knives that I have used extensively and also that we give out to our students on all of our basic courses. So I've given out Mora Companion knives for 20 years now. At Frontier Bushcraft, what we do is on our basic 2-day weekend courses we give out the standard Mora Companion, and on our 6-day elementary wilderness bushcraft course we give out the Mora Companion HD, and those are for students to use during the course and then to keep. One of the things that students are concerned with sometimes is they're not always super keen on the sheath, and I actually fundamentally like it because it is plastic, it can't hold any moisture. We give out the carbon steel blades, which I think are good for most people in most environments. They're relatively easy to sharpen, they hold an edge well, they're really good for woodcraft. So the carbon steel knives are the ones that we give out, but of course if you have that in a wet sheath, that's going to rust. So the thing about a plastic sheath is it can't inherently soak any moisture up. Yes, it can be wet on the inside, but it's easy to dry out, they're easy to clean, and so I fundamentally like the plastic sheaths. But there are a couple of issues with it attaching to your belt. There isn't a continuous loop to attach it to your belt, and also when it's on your belt it forms quite a rigid connection. Now, there's a number of solutions to that, such as making a dropper, and I'll cover that in another video. But in terms of aftermarket solutions, you can get this, well, this is the aftermarket extra. This is the expert sort of sheath sleeve, I believe it's called. Mora sell these, but you can buy them generally on the internet as well. I'll try and find a link below. I've got no connection with this. I was originally given one of these by Gordon Dedman, who is the Mora ambassador in Australia, and he gave me one of these to try out, and I've had it on this orange Mora Companion HD ever since, and I've found it really, really useful. So fundamentally what these give you is a fixed loop that you can put your belt through here, and this works really, really well. It also gives you a number of different mounting options. It's MOLLE compatible. Also, you've got this extra elasticated fixture over the top to give you extra security on the handle, maybe if you're mounting the knife in a different orientation other than vertically. And if you like to go a little bit more traditional, then this is quite a nice option. My partner Amanda found this on Amazon, an aftermarket leather sheath for her Mora Companion, and after she'd used one for a while, I thought I'd try one out, so I got one, and I've been using it for a little while, and I've been teaching courses and using a Mora Companion, and I really quite like it. I do get a little bit tired of like flipping this closed and back again sometimes when I'm using the knife a lot. But if I'm just stood in camp and I want to place the knife while I'm, say I'm carving and I just want to place the knife on my belt and, do something else with my hands and not move around too much where I'm risking losing the knife, then that's secure enough in there. And then when I'm moving around more, then I can fasten it up securely, and that's not going to come out under any circumstances in any orientation. So I think that's quite a nice little solution, and I'll link to that below as well. That'll be an Amazon affiliate link, and if you'd like to buy one of those, I'll make a few pennies, which helps support the channel. But I've got no connection to these. I do use these, as I say, I use both of these options. I've been using them for quite some time. This one I've been using for a number of years. This one I've been using more this year. Amanda, my partner, has used this for a number of years and quite liked it, and so I thought I'd let her test it for a while. And then I've started using one when I've been teaching courses. When I teach elementary courses or basic courses, I just use the same knife as the students are using, because I don't want the students to think that because I'm using some expensive knife or custom knife or a knife that I've had for years that I can somehow do something that they can't. I like to use the same knife that they're using, and it shows then that the difference between where they are and where they want to be is down to just practice. It's not about which tool you have. I'm very happy using Mora Companion knives. I think they're very good, and that's why we hand them out on courses. And these are the two aftermarket sheath options that I've come to that I really quite like, in addition just to the standard plastic sheath. And if you'd like to learn about the first bushcraft knife I ever had, then watch this video here right now.